Well, I'm 23 years old, so I'm not too old out in the culture, but from when I was in school, it was more fist fighting. It was more, if you can hold up yourself, hold up yourself. But if you can't, then you lose the battle, then that's that. But nowadays, it's like step on my train and I'll stab you kind of thing, which is stupid because people are killing people. You don't even know what you're killing them over. You don't know the person you're killing. So it's just stupid, really. It's getting stupid, it's getting worse. Guns, knives, the young ones are carrying guns and knives. It's getting ridiculous. I think more so the elders are to blame. Parents, it stems from the parents because maybe they don't spend as much time or educate them well enough. Because school's one thing, but you got to remember when they're in school, they're around their peers as well, and whatever their peers are doing, they'll do. It's peer pressure. But away from home, it's just basic the elders from the area. If they tell them, if they encourage them to do bad things, then they're gonna do that. And certain times the youngers are worse than the elders because the elders will talk it, but they've never done it because in their day it was fist fighting, and nowadays it's gun and knife. So it just gets worse all the time. Like one of the biggest gangs in South London, and basically, I thought to myself, why am I fighting someone I don't know? I don't know his first or second name. I'm wearing a colour. Why am I wearing this colour? Why are they wearing that colour? And all of a sudden we're beefing. It's just long. And all of my friends that are in that gang are in prison now. And there's about 4 or 5 that aren't in prison, so it's stupid.
My roots and I slay dragons and I'm at my restaurant in Battersea. Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't like talking about gun and knife crime. I just think that there's too much time, being associated with that. Fine, it's a profile that needs to be risen and it needs to be talked about. But I just think that every time, our black inner city kids are mentioned, in anything like this, it's always about the same thing: gun and knife crime. What about, the fantastic kids that are entrepreneurialism minded? What about these fantastic hundreds of thousands of kids that I meet up and down the country when I do my talks that wants to be entrepreneur? That's very enterprising, these kids that's got idea and all they need is just, I don't know, maybe an inspiration like myself, other people like myself who's been there and done it, to talk to them about life and about how they can actually come out of this position where they are at and not keep branding them as, with gun and knife crime, that sort of stuff. I'm fed up of that. Lord of mercy.
To a lot of the moves that I'm making. I mean, with this song, the video shoot that I'm doing now, the song's called Bad Boys. The tune Bad Boys, Bad Boys, what you gonna do? If anyone had BSB or Sky back in the day, you might have saw the cop, I don't know what to call it, the program called Cops, where that was their theme tune. But what I've done is taken that whole concept and talked about the police and the issue of stop and search on a hip hop version of that reggae tune, and it's a really good song, if I may say so myself. And part of it is not just a song, but I've hooked up with a guy known as Urban Lawyer, where we're going to be doing workshops with young people, teaching them about stop and search, how to deal with the police when they get stopped and searched, and their rights. A lot of young people don't know that the law protects them rather than being used against them, do you understand? And if we learn more about ourselves and about our rights, then it will make us more comfortable. You're not subconsciously afraid to walk down the street without getting stopped just because of your skin color or the way you dress or whatever, or how you speak. You're able to, through our workshops, we're going to be able to empower the young people on how to deal with the police. I feel that that's a big part of why, they act the way they act, or they feel threatened, do you understand? So we got to empower the young people, and that's part of what I always do anyway with a lot of my songs like Cry, Broken Silence, So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment.
James Cage, former member of Soul Solid Crew. Right now I just think it's disgusting, to be honest, how these little kids are running around with these knives and these guns, and all these deaths are just happening. They're not realising that it leaves a long-lasting effect on families, of people that have died, and I just think it needs to stop. You always have crime, I think, you always have murders, whatever not, you always have that, but it needs to reduce, big time. So I think it will reduce hopefully as the years go by, but for now, I just think it's just gone completely out of control, and kids have just gone completely out of control. And you know, the police and certain government need to put certain other laws in, stricter laws, to make them realise and understand that. 'Cause some of these guys do it, and they go in, and it's a camping site to them, and they can do their time in there, because they meet in there with their friends, and they come out. So stricter laws is definitely needed to be enforced. So. Well, the youths right now they think they're more grown-up than they are, and they're more older than they are. So the youth centres, they're not into none of that snooker, football. They're not into football. The amount of money that footballers are making these days, you would think they're going to football, but it's never football. They're just on this quick money, drugs. If you step on my shoes, I would do this to you to get a name for myself. And I just think it's pathetic. I need to stop.